are live. Hey, Internet. Yeah, we are live. We are overlooking the Scioto River, the downtown of Columbus, Ohio, the skyline of which is behind us. And we're gonna go see some ducks here momentarily, but first we're gonna go check out some Christopher Columbus statues that may or may not have been removed, torn down, or the like. So as you can see, it's quiet down here in the downtown of Columbus on a Sunday night. Sup. Well, I guess I just explained what's sup. What's sup with you, Internet? So we're going to take a little walk back this direction and see. We're just around the corner from City Hall, so we'll go up here. They've got this nice front down here. It's pleasant enough. It's a little hot. So, still road tripping today. Getting used to the Midwestern lifestyle. Of course, I grew up with the Midwestern lifestyle, but always a little bit of a culture change whenever I get back here. Today seems to have been much more peaceful than yesterday. Do you mean for me or for who? You mean generally peaceful? I need to get a sort of debrief on everything that went down in Washington yesterday. They got the one in Little Italy and Baltimore. Funny that all the anger isn't directed at the Portuguese, who financed him and have extensive connections to the slave trade. Interesting point, GT. That being said, Columbus Day was a farce designed to placate Italian Americans. Perhaps. I need to do more self-edification on Columbus himself, because I've heard mixed messaging on Columbus the individual, and the extent to which he either has had his reputation buoyed or slandered in the historical general consciousness. So you wouldn't think it, but Columbus actually does have some pretty big skyscrapers here. We'll see a few more of them when we go around the corner, but first I want to check out the City Hall, which is right here. And I believe they have already, after quite a bit of protesting, they've actually committed to removing their Columbus statue. So we're going to see where exactly that is and what its current status is. And just generally kind of state of everything. See, downtown's pretty empty right now. Alright, so this is the City Hall. And of course they got some kind of random little monumental stuff. Now I'm thinking actually that this was the site of the Columbus statue here. So it looks like they took down a nameplate and then, let's see here. Yeah, it looks like this is probably very recent. They've actually removed the statue that's set up here. Um, they couldn't even leave the plaque. No, they didn't leave the plaque. They took on the made Christopher Columbus statue in front of City Hall. Yeah, I think that was right here. I kind of remember it being here. It was quite iconic. Whenever they showed the sort of local images on the news, they would have, they take it from right around here, and you have Columbus standing up in the foreground in front of the City Hall itself. So yeah, it looks like they tore down the plaque. You can kind of just barely see where there was lettering here. And then yeah, this is the sort of base of the statue. The question is what they did with it. I think they moved it to some kind of I think they said it was like an undisclosed secure location. I think they were worried about if they revealed the location that they would have people coming after that location. So pretty sure it went somewhere undisclosed. Had a pretty prominent position in the downtown here. What is this? This is MD Portman Plaza. So this guy gets to stay. This guy was in city council for 30 years and the president of city council. So apparently he gets to stay because he's of consequence enough to history that he's okay, but Christopher Columbus himself is not. So I think this is gone. I'm going to take a little walk just to see. They've got, what is this flag? It's the city flag. They still have the American flag. I'm surprised that's still allowed. So here's from the backside. Yeah, here's the backside of the Columbus statue. Yeah, nothing left. It's all gone. So we're gonna take a little walk. I want to make sure that this is the actual site of that. So I'm going to take a walk around the other side of City Hall, and then I want to head to the State House, which is just a couple other blocks away, and see their Columbus statue. I believe is still standing, although there's been significant graffitiing and things like that. So I'd imagine that's been cleaned up. We're going to find out here. So we think the City Hall Christopher Columbus statue is gone for good. A lot of this other little art and whatnot. I didn't realize all we had to do was cross a land bridge over the Bering Strait during the Ice Age to have a legitimate claim to North America. I don't know, are we gonna, how do we trace back every continent's first settlers back to the very beginning? You'd think every culture on Earth is probably illegitimate under that premise, wouldn't we? Lied about enforcing immigration laws after destroying California Prop 187, making living costs worse for self-employed, only helped other countries stay cheap, outsource for the rich. Okay, so this side I don't think has any Columbus statues, or it didn't. This is sort of the back side. Got a little plaza thing over here. And that's another city office building right over there. They got some sort of nice. It's not a bad little downtown here. We think the one Christopher Columbus statue is gone here. So I'm going to walk back around the other side and then see if we can find the State House, which is just around the corner, I believe. See if we can find their Columbus statue, which we think may still be standing. This is a pretty huge parking garage. Okay, no Columbus statues out here. Okay, 100 shot during Father's Day weekend in Chicago. Another 14 shot 4th of July. Only show up to protest Trump rally back in 2016. Did nothing. Obama was in office. Says Lodorus. A little research on famous residents of Ohio. The only two people suitable to replace that statue: Halle Berry, Dave Chappelle. Well, Ohio's had like 9 presidents from this state. You think we could find one that's palatable to people? We're going to check on the baby ducks. Yes, Corona, we are checking on the baby ducks. We're actually going to go to the baby ducks right after we check on these Columbus statues. Hey, Lincoln, what's up? So we're on a road trip today. We're in Columbus, Ohio. And we were checking out a couple of the sites of Christopher Columbus statues, the namesake of the city. And this one at City Hall is gone. They've taken it away. They've also removed the plaque and moved it to an undisclosed location. So we will find out. But yes, we are going to see some ducks. We have managed to find some places. So there it is. It's gone, both the statue and the nameplate. And yet we still have a memorial to some long-tenured city council member. A couple of flags. The city hall itself. Was that a Dem mayor? They got a lot of memorials to Michael Coleman, who was a very long-tenured mayor here. Okay, so the State House is just around the corner, so we'll go check that out. We're gonna across here. Very big, wide roads, and not much wide traffic. Free parking, nice. I mean, I'll cut up some slack because it's a Sunday evening, but it's not a terrible little downtown. I'm watching a flock of baby turkeys growing up in my neighborhood. Krona, remind us where you're from. That sounds very pleasant. Park here, parklet. Sacramento, Citrus Heights area. A lot of turkeys and birds and trees. Cool. How did you have? I didn't realize Sacramento had a lot of turkeys. I used to see wild turkeys in the woods by my house all the time until I got the land shark. Really? I don't think I've ever lived anywhere where I had wild turkeys running around. All right, this is we're crossing like the main intersection of downtown here, which is sort of a wannabe Times Square situation, I guess. But a little light on the energy. Okay, lots of, the number of green belts. Oh, green belts that make it to the city. Okay. Lots of wild turkeys here. Come through the yards, find worms. You have a lot of worms, I guess. All right, so this is the Ohio State House. And we're gonna seek out the statue of Christopher Columbus here. I wonder who this statue is over here. Okay, so I actually have a bunch of sheriff to our left here. But not sure who that statue's of. It's cute that the mother's very careful playing crossing guard. Interesting. Okay, who is this a statue of? This is I didn't even say. I don't know. That's not Christopher Columbus, though. It's somebody. A few other skyscrapers here. Wonder if this is Columbus. Looks like we got sheriffs patrolling this, so perhaps it is. Oh yeah, so we got a whole wall of something over here across the street.
A peaceful evening.
All right, so who is this? This is William McKinley, perhaps another famous Ohioan president from 1890s. Okay, we got a whole big wall of Black Lives Matter stuff over here. Across the street. Oh, I think there's I heard somebody shouting Black Lives Matter over here. There may be a protest contingent gathering down there. I'm not sure where our Columbus statue is here in the State House vicinity, unless it's the one right over there. We'll do one more check that direction. Whether that's... Oh, thanks, Corona. Really appreciate that. That definitely helps us. In fact, Mrs. Land and I were just out acquiring some new provisions for that purpose. So we appreciate that. We're gonna go see some ducks here after I check out this, see if this is back to Christopher Columbus. But I'll be sending a note to everybody who donated. Let's see. The statues. Not seeing Columbus though. Yeah, we've got a few people that have donated to the Duck Fund, which is linked in the description. It's a PayPal link that helps support our efforts and abilities to do the duck activities. So we really appreciate everybody who's helped out on that. We've been out pretty rigorously every day for the last several weeks. This is peace. The heroic sacrifices of Ohio's soldiers in the Civil War and the loyal women of that period. That's not Christopher Columbus either. So, I'm not sure. We're not going to find Christopher Columbus here at the State House, but so there's lots of sheriffs around, and I'm not sure quite why. I do know that there was some pretty significant graffitiing here in the State House area a number of weeks ago. And it sounds like something they're still pretty concerned about, because they do have a bunch of state troopers stationed around. Chris got traded to Baltimore for a statue to be named later. Kevin, I don't know if that's how that works. That looked a bit creepy. You feel like you gained historic knowledge, says Shizcap. I'm always gaining historic knowledge, Shizcap. I think, my general sentiment is, okay, drunk asks, why not just ask one? where the statue is, or Google it. Well, if one of you guys can do that, that would help me out. She's kept just getting around. So we found the spot where the City Hall Christopher Columbus statue was. It's been removed. So that statue and its nameplate has been removed. The State House Christopher Columbus, we think it's still standing, we just don't know where it is. My general sentiment is I like history, generally. Doesn't look like there was a Columbus at the State House at GT. Interesting. Did you look that up, GT? Okay, well I guess that explains it then. There's no Columbus at the State House. There's probably one inside, I would have to think. There's got to be one somewhere. So we're going to take a little jaunt to look for a specific Columbus statue. No, we were just looking. This is Land and I are just on a little road trip right now to visit some family here for 4th of July, and we've been trying to sort of see what we can see here, even though we're not in Washington right this second. So we're in Columbus, Ohio right now, and trying to see what the significant things are that are going on here. So we went to find a couple of the Columbus statues today. The Columbus statue at the City Hall in Columbus, which obviously is the namesake of the city. So there used to be a big Columbus statue right in front of the City Hall. And that statue has been taken down and stored away somewhere in an undisclosed location. And the nameplate of it has also been taken down. So we just found that at the beginning of the stream. And then we walked a couple blocks away to the Ohio State House and tried to see if there was a Christopher Columbus statue there, because I had heard some rumors that the state was going to actually protect Columbus statues, but we don't think there actually is one on the State House grounds. So we found a statue of William McKinley, a statue to some Civil War veterans, things like that, and those are all still standing, and there are a whole bunch of state troopers guarding them, and it sounded like there was the murmurings of the beginning of a potential protest to occur maybe late tonight, and a whole wall of kind of Black Lives Matter graffiti. Okay, here we have some businesses boarded up. Some BLM, Black Lives Matter, Black owned content. Clearly they're a little nervous. Got a stretch limo over here. Someone's having a good time. Okay, here's a Justice for All, BLM. Okay, so we're gonna keep walking northward. Okay, Corona says would be good if they just moved them somewhere more appropriate with more history attached, in my opinion. I think they said this location was undisclosed. I think they were worried about, whoever coming after the location, if they disclosed the location of where it was moving. So I think they said it was going to go somewhere they weren't going to reveal. So Professor says, wow, WTF, arrest BLM. Corona says, in SAC, they have some nice murals on the boarded up windows. I've not seen a whole lot of boards here, just a few. It's interesting, sort of every city has kind of a microcosm of what some of the bigger cities are doing. So obviously we did a ton of content in Washington, and we'll be getting back to that here soon, as soon as we finish this little road trip. But seeing what these sort of more mid-sized cities are doing, and how it does feel very much like a just kind of smaller version of what we were seeing in Washington. Okay, Lincoln says, I saw an article where a Frederick Douglass statue was torn down in Rochester, New York, not sure if true. I know there was a lot of heat about Frederick Douglass when we were at the Lincoln statue in Washington a week or two ago. That obviously is a statue of Lincoln with the kneeling ex-slave, or the rising ex-slave next to him. And there were enough people there trying to defend Frederick Douglass, or trying to defend the statue on the ground that Frederick Douglass obviously wrote an impassioned defense of it. And there was not a whole lot of sympathy for either Frederick Douglass or for the ex-slaves of that era in their sentiments. The general premise of the protesters, by and large, seemed to be that those people, because they lived a long time ago, their opinions don't matter in today's environment, and that therefore the only thing that matters is what the people today think. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but we did an extensive stream that day from a few weeks ago. If anybody wants to go back and watch any of it, but you can hear the arguments from protesters on behalf of why that Lincoln statue should be torn down. GT says, years from now, the phrase shooting the messenger will be replaced with toppling the navigator, and references to Columbus. I was saying at the outset of the stream, I need to do a little bit more of my own research on Christopher Columbus and sort of what his life and career actually amounted to. I think there's been a lot of disinformation in a lot of different directions on him, both with falsely glorifying him and then also sort of falsely slandering him. And I don't know really what the actual story is, and I think it would behoove all of us to really sort of dig into the literature a little bit on Columbus himself. We I don't know, before we cover it all up, we'll see. So just a reminder, everybody, thank you for liking and subscribing. Obviously, we're just looking at these statues today a little bit. We're going to go see some ducks here in a bit. And we're doing a little walk through Columbus, Ohio. But normally we're in Washington, D.C., and we do pretty much daily live streams of protests and ducks and historical tours, things like that. And if anybody wants to subscribe, obviously we're out quite a bit, and we'd love to have more people on board. So appreciate the likes, appreciate the subscriptions. Also in the description, there's a link to the Discord if anybody wants to hang out offline. And then also there's a link to the Duck Fund if anybody wants to help out in supporting some of the duck activities that we so enjoy. So I know Corona was already got there. Suspect. Look at Pittsburgh and how they are working on taking one Christopher Columbus statue down. Seems the proper way to do it. Did he cut ears off? I don't know. So I think this is the global headquarters of Nationwide Insurance. They've got a nice little fountain out here. Okay, Cronus says the Vikings made it here in the year 1000. GC says he was literally just the GPS in a medieval Uber. Not worth glorifying or vilifying, just a historical figure. So who do you think is the great glory figure or villain, GT? Like who should we be either celebrating as the great discoverer of America, or who should we be blaming for all of our ills? Okay, Corona says he discovered an island in the Bahamas, took around 6 as slaves, and left 50 of his men or so behind on the island. Illness and conflict wiped out a large island population. A wonderful question. I'd love to answer if I could. This is and this way is Nationwide Arena, which is the NHL hockey arena in Columbus. It's home of the Columbus Blue Jackets hockey team. So we're walking northward, continuing to see what we can see next on our way to go visit some ducks to do our regular combined protest and duck stream. He says I'd be quite fine with statues to the Asian population that crossed the Bering Strait land bridge. Interesting sentiment. You know, we need like a single name to be able to heap all of our feelings onto. But who was here before people crossed the Bering Strait? Were there people on North America before the Ice Age? No one. Okay, Corona has a good link, info on the groups of people who made it. Well, Corona, I'd love to, if you guys have good resources, you know, I can poke around on my own, but I'd love to sort of do some of my own research on this. You guys have good links. Would love it if you guys could join the Discord and leave them there, because I think it'd be interesting reading for everybody. Okay, GT says just saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths. So they are the real, I guess, the real indigenous creatures. So I guess we're walking now by the convention center, working our way into the sort of predominant commercial district of the city. They actually have a pretty nice little retail district here. Your beliefs, the Bible or evolution? It says suspect town. Okay, Jesus says, did you know horses originated here, went the opposite direction on the land bridge, then were brought back by European settlers? I didn't know that, GT. My pre-settlement knowledge is not particularly extensive. But I'm learning a lot today, so thank you guys. Another board GT the doldrums. Okay, more businesses boarded up here. Looks like I love you, black man. Interesting. Okay, it's been 6 or 7 years ago that I last researched this stuff, so the numbers are hard to recall, or I'd share more, says Chrono. That's all right. I guess this is the convention center. I am just... Okay, MC says, greeting. Duck sympathizers and duck adversaries alike. Well, MC, you're in luck, because we're going to go see ducks next. feel like I don't usually know where I'm going, but I kind of just walk around with through intuition and somehow seem to get there. The MC says, yeah, duck sympathize, duck adversaries. Corona is constantly learning but constantly forgetting. Like all of us. Learning's fun though. Hopefully all duck allies here. Duck luck, says MC. Lol, yep, says Corona. Let's see if we can find ducks today. We had some luck at the place I'm headed a few days ago. No guarantees though. We're not in our regular environs. Okay, GT. The horses were used to swim the boats out of the doldrums or the dead air. Yesterday we discovered some ducks that we think are Chinese in origin. Pekins, the big white ducks with orange bills. I'm not sure what breed of duck the normal ducks we have found are, but I would be curious to learn their history. Longbill? They had sort of a long orange bill, yeah. They did look delicious, yeah. We think they were Pekins, P-E-K-I-N. The normal ducks we have are sort of the regular ones where the females are brown and the males have the green heads. Pretty quiet night out. I've not seen a lot of people just hanging around. Okay, oh yeah. We get those on occasion here. They look like the odd duck out. They're much bigger than the other ducks. They definitely look like the odd duck out. Duck social distancing on the X. Dog social distancing. Yeah, the dog was social distancing on the little social distancing placard. American pekin, very common. If it's an American pekin, I thought they were Chinese in origin. So why are they called American pekins? So we're just coming from a bunch of the Columbus statues. But for the first half an hour of the stream today, looking up some of the Christopher Columbus statues here in Columbus, namely the one at City Hall that's been taken down. So we want to see, well, I guess we weren't aware it had been taken down until we saw it. But there's a spot right in front of City Hall here in Columbus, Ohio. Obviously the namesake of which is Christopher Columbus. And that Christopher Columbus statue, which stood right sort of prominently in front of the City Hall, has been removed, as has its nameplate. Looks like a clean and like professional removal probably by somebody with the city. And they're both gone. So we don't know where they went. We think they've been moved to an undisclosed location. I think the city's being pretty quiet about where they've gone. And then we checked out the State House as well. There are a bunch of state troopers. We couldn't find any statues of Columbus. We did find a statue of William McKinley, statues to some Civil War veterans, and a number of other little statues, some of which are unlabeled. And other than a bunch of state troopers, we couldn't really find any Christopher Columbus stuff. It did look like there was a potential protest brewing near the city hall. Sounds like maybe that's been happening for weeks. And that was about it. A few people around, there's a sort of wall across the street from the State House that had a bunch of sort of Black Lives Matter illustrations and a few businesses that were boarded up with Black Lives Matter graffiti on them. And then we had a couple of people chanting Black Lives Matter and no justice, no peace. That was about the extent of it. So now we're making our way we've made our way north through the downtown, and we're going to see if we can find some ducks here. Okay, we're taking fly across the ocean, says Corona. I would doubt it. There's also the Peking duck, Chinese in origin. Is the Chinese Peking duck related to the American Pekin duck? Are they similar? Mallard ducks are the main ones you're seeing. There's a creek where I used to work, and we used to have a ton of them, says KK, that we'd feed. Also, the males only have that color during breeding and a little after. You mean the green heads, KK? The males look like the females during the rest of the time. Oh, interesting. So maybe we actually do have more males than we thought. I didn't know that. So if they have a green head, that means they're mating? How does that affect the color of their feathers? Didn't know about the color, KK. Yeah, KK, thanks for joining us. Hey, Colin. So we're just saying, we just spent about the first half hour. We're still on our road trip. We're still in Ohio. We spent about the first half hour looking up Christopher Columbus statues in the downtown area, the City Hall, and then also the State House. If you want to go back and watch into that, we found a statue of Christopher Columbus that had been torn down at the City Hall. Well, we didn't find a statue of Christopher Columbus because it's been torn down, including its nameplate. And then we found a bunch of state troopers at the State House. We couldn't find any actual Columbus statues there because we don't think there are any. But the state troopers, I guess, are protecting the State House generally. So now we're going to go see if we can find any ducks here or not. No guarantees since we're not in our normal environment. Panda. We're getting some new people today, so thank you guys for showing up. And just as background, we do protest duck and historical tours, usually in Washington, D.C., pretty much every day. And we try to get out and see things. So if you guys want to like and subscribe, we've got a lot of back content in the last few weeks. It's been pretty intense in D.C. So we do appreciate the likes on the video. Subscriptions, notifications will be out almost every day if we can. And also there's a Discord link in the description if anybody wants to chat offline. And also a link to the Duck Fund if anybody wants to help support our duck activities. So we're on sort of a duck hunt right now. Panda says China has an army of around 100,000 ducks that eat all the giant locusts. So we think these are ducks over here. Let's see if we can get them to join us somewhere. A lot of nets. Yeah, so we got some ducks over here. See if we can get them to hang out with us. Oh, we also have geese. This is very concerning. Whole goose army over here. Panda says China's army of 100,000 ducks to eat all the giant locusts that make its way over Africa, eating 35,000 worth of planet people's crops a day. Yeah, Pan, I've heard that. I heard they were also going to lease out some of their ducks to maybe Pakistan. Okay, GT says Peking is the dish. Pekins are a breed, the American variety having been introduced from China in the 1800s, like you said. But can you make Peking duck out of Pekin duck? Or does it not matter what kind of duck you use to make Peking duck? It's cool to watch them change, says KK. Okay, well, we got more to learn about this changing color of ducks based on whether they're breeding or not. Okay, MC, green-headed ducks are male. Females are mostly known, but the question is, do the males in fact change to different colors when they are not breeding? So we've got goose army here, we've got duck army here. Females must have known. Yeah, they have Pekin ducks at a nearby restaurant here. Colin will catch up at the beginning of the stream later tomorrow. $600,000 hand-sized crickets scavenging China right now each day. Or now each duck can eat 70 locusts a day. Wow, that's a lot of... I didn't know ducks ate that much. Wikipedia says the first Pekin ducks were hatching in Peking. You're eating my fingers. First Pekin ducks were hatched in Peking. Seems the name is always a derivative. 700,000 eaten a day? Scary. Sounds too slow. Hannah says, it is, sorry, the number of locusts is 600 billion. Floods right now in Wuhan makes it the perfect breeding ground, so it will rise to around 700 trillion by August. That's a lot of locusts. Hannah says, yeah, and India, but they are friends right now, so I think India is making its own army of duck soldiers. Hey, Wild Bill. So you guys who are just joining now, you missed some of the protest action we were covering just a minute ago. Not that there's a lot of it, but we did see the removed Columbus statue at the City Hall here, and a little bit of sort of brewing protest activity and some state troopers at the State House here in Ohio. And now we're hanging out with some ducks. All ducks are edible. There's a big difference between a duck like a pekin and, say, a mallard or a muskogee. Okay, Colin's giving Bill a carrot. Corona says lol. Okay, then Bill's giving Colin a carrot. Look at the beak on that guy. These guys have some serious beaks, and we have a whole goose army preparing to, I don't know if they're gonna try to interrupt the duck activities here or not. No, ducks cannot change colors, but green feathers look different depending on how the light hits them, says MC. Okay, so we're hearing different answers here on what the story is with duck feathers. Whether they in fact change colors based on whether the duck is mating or not. Last night, Portland seemed like the real peak areas. What happened in Portland last night, guys? You guys are gonna have to catch me up to speed because I have not been reading the news. Yes, Goose Assassins MC. Surprised how low it was in most places. Just lots and lots of people, but not too much trouble. Well, that's good. Okay, we're gonna have to see if this guy's gonna bite on the shoe bread. Same things happens every night in Portland, says GT. Duck, duck, go. Not a fan of duck to fatty. Cops were wearing them out, running them in circles. What do you mean by it, Bill? In the city. The Portland police are usually pretty hands-off, though, aren't they? So this guy goes for the... Keep directing the marches in long circular, says Wild Bill. By the way, if you guys are curious, Mrs. Land is going to join us a little bit later. She had a call she has to take, so we're off on our own right now, but she will be with us in a little bit. So I hope everybody's long 4th of July weekend has been pleasant. Pretty much the same thing went on in Portland yesterday that's been going on for 38 days now. Burning, vandalism, disruption, citizens afraid to go out at night, basic lawlessness, says Internet. I can't really speak for Portland, but I can speak for Washington, and, well, I will choose not to. Good so far, says Wild Bill. Our cops still break heads, so they don't come here. In New York? You're in New York, right, Wild Bill? The burbs, okay. Are you willing to get any more specific with us, or? As in, like, New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, Westchester County. Maybe the Bronx. New York, okay. MC is in the burbs of LA. What's going on in LA by now? They were pretty much in the thick of it. Okay, Wild Bill is 17 miles outside the city. Go look for Internet wants us to go look for hot girls till the wife gets here. Remind me which ones of you guys are single? Who needs some a little pick me up here? I know Colin has been looking. Oh, we've got a goose like getting ready to infiltrate here. Yeah, we're about a block off like the main social drag here in Columbus. It's pretty exciting out there. We were walking some of it just a moment ago. Now okay, Wild Bill has a girlfriend. Oh, Wild Bill, did you have a girlfriend when you were going on your hot date a few weeks ago, or was that was with your girlfriend, right? The difference between single and desperation. GT, would you characterize yourself as desperation? 4th of July was nuts in LA. Everyone had illegal fireworks all the way up to M500s, 3 to 4 hours straight. Was that a refreshing break from the protests or not? Colin says I'm allowed to look. That was with her, says Wild Bill. Okay, GT is single but not desperate. M80 is a real treat. So I don't know the different kinds of fireworks, but I know M80s is one that you hear a lot. Hey, Glenna. Saw more fireworks this year than in a long time. Well, thanks for joining us, Glenna. Internet saw a lot of videos out of LA, fireworks, same here as small town in North Carolina. I guess I didn't really hear a lot of fireworks this year, but I have sort of heard generally that there were more homemade fireworks because so many of the cities didn't go with fireworks this year. Haven't seen or heard of any protests in about a week. One showed up at my office. Your office? One of these guys gonna go for the footbread. Come on, come on. Courage. Go for it. Go for it. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's a big one that looks like a little barrel with a waterproof wick. About 1 inch long, 3/4 inch diameter. That sounds really small. So these guys are getting buttermilk bread today. Have you guys heard of that? I don't even know what that is. Sounds very Midwestern though. Still talking about fireworks. Blow a mailbox to shreds. Stuck is giving me a shoe shine. Trump has the best fireworks, says internet. Okay, the M80s sound potentially a little dangerous. Group of protesters yelling, "Whose streets?" Chant outside where I work in LA. I escaped out the back driveway. They had police escort. Yeah, if they're just chanting like that, they're not going to do anything. I mean, there's no reason you to leave your place of business for that. Colin, just when you said 2 inches, I thought we were talking about something else. Colin, what were you thinking about? Help fill us in here. Blow your fingers off. But Wild Bill, you said you came away with your fingers last night. I was glad. MC, they're blocking the intersection. MC says it was the end of the day anyway. Ah, so a good excuse to go home, I guess. End of the day, I was safe as reasonable, says Bill. Colin knows what I was talking about. Okay. Portland seems to be the heart of the beast now. Yeah, it's interesting. It's sort of traded around. At first it was New York. Rockets and mortars are more dangerous than the M80s. MC heard the same car alarm go off 60 times in 3 hours because of explosions. New York's getting bored with it. I didn't even check with anybody about anything that went on in DC yesterday. I didn't really want to know. Lataya made it sound like it was going to be bad, but I'm not sure. I didn't hear a whole lot after the fact. M80 is equivalent to a quarter stick of dynamite. Did not see any place really, really bad, except for Portland. But even that didn't sound particularly bad. I mean, people gather for 4th of July all the time. Quarter stick is an M1000. They're whining at the cops hit them with tear gas. Well, like I said, I can't really report on anything that's going on in any of the other cities. I hope this is somebody's dog. It just showed up here. And it has a leash thing, but it has no person. So hopefully it belongs to somebody. Oh. Dog is drinking from the water. Now we're gonna have we might have a duck and dog confrontation here. No, I guess okay, with a little research I found out we're both wrong because dynamite contains nitroglycerin, whereas both M80s and M1000s contain much less explosive black powder. Okay, these ducks... Yeah, I was a little concerned about that dog. He just kind of came running out of nowhere and had no person or leash. But yeah, it was pretty well mannered. So our water ducks are now becoming land ducks again, and our geese army is staying pretty much at bay. The internet says, when I was 10 or 11, my older brother shot me in the head with a Roman candle at the beach. That sounds unpleasant, internet. Wild Bill was disappointed many years ago when myth busted the 1/4 stick of dynamite M80 rumor. Quarter stick of the real stuff makes an M80 like candle. You guys are like home fireworks people. I've never done home fireworks. Most I've done is like sparklers at someone's wedding. What percentage of Americans do home fireworks? Everyone likes sparks too. So I'm curious, based on where you guys are from, don't look this up, but what percentage of Americans would you guess have tattoos? Wild Bill says under 20% of Americans have tattoos. The problem in many large cities like New York and Chicago and many others shifted from looting to shotgun to shootings, record numbers of people being shot and killed all over the country. Internet, we actually have post a record low shootings in most major cities all over the country. Wild Bill, pure guess. Okay, Nicholas is guessing under 20%. MC says the M1000 is known as a quarter stick, but dynamite is not in the name. What's up with tattoos? Colin, do you have tattoos? What are your tattoos of? I hope you have a duck tattoo, Colin. Somebody was going to pay me to get a duck tattoo. I think Patrick was going to pay me to get a duck tattoo. The internet has never tried to set a federal building on fire. No tats here, says MC. I spent my money on musical instruments instead. What musical instruments? I've heard that around 30 to 35% of Americans have tattoos, which seems like a large number, frankly. One of my daughter's name and music related, I used to DJ a lot. Colin, can you like DJ some background music to us for the ducks? The internet's mother's been dead for about 15 years, but still won't let me get a tattoo. The internet's good with the little one-liners like that. This buttermilk bread seems really pleasant. GT's asking if internet is Ed Gein. Or Ed Gein. Yeah, Ed Gein had some mother issues. He's got a tag. You should probably check it if he comes back. The dog? Internet is Ed Gein. I prefer to listen to water and the ducks quacking to be fair. It's more relaxing, says Colin. Yeah, it is relaxing. It's sort of... Mrs. Land and I were watching golf earlier today. That's very much like the ducks, we think, just in terms of relaxingness. Keyboards, guitars, basses, clarinets, and auto harp, amps, mixers, pedals. So MC is like seriously... MC is his own band. Wild Bill says, of that 35%, I bet 15% were the fake ones you can wash off. I still think if you're going to get a tattoo, you got to go all in. You got to get, like, unremovable, permanent tattoo. Okay, what's people's general sentiment on tattoos? Pro or con on tattoos? You can only pick one, pro or con. Oh, you think the dog is eating the ducks? Yeah, if that dog comes back, we gotta protect the ducks. The ducks seem very willing to have a confrontation, though. I'm not sure how many ducks it would take to defeat one dog. Do we think 20 ducks could take on one dog? Okay, Wild Bill is con on tattoos. Colin doesn't want people thinking I'm some sort of thug because I have tattoos. Okay, MC is pro tattoos. MC's like got the whole 80s rocker thing going on. MC might be like Eddie Van Halen. Oh, our geese like totally left. Where did they go? The geese disappeared. Oh no, they're there. They're over there. Okay, Mad Max is pro on tattoos, but not to many. So generally it sounds like we're pro tattoo. Colin wanted one arm done and left it at that. Well, if Patrick comes and pays for it, I'll get a duck tattoo. I heard of a way I might be able to jam with Slash. Somewhat a long shot, but not impossible. That sounds fun. To be tattoo is to be a commie, says GT. I don't know, tattoos seem like a luxury good. I don't know that in like the Soviet Union there's a lot of extra money for tattoos. Okay, KK says, when mallards molt, shed feathers in fall and spring, the males shed their bright feathers and look like females. In the fall they molt again. Get the green back in prep for mating. All babies look the same. Okay, so when they shed feathers in the fall and spring, the males shed their bright feathers and look like females. Okay, in fall they molt again. Get the green back in prep for mating. So what would they be this time of summer? Sounds like hard to tell. There's like a goose fight going on in the distance. Uh-oh. We've got a goose attack. the geese just, as soon as they were here, they were gone. They all left all at once. Where they went, we don't know. So we're now gooseless. We only have ducks now. Also, we have 5 ducks that I can count. The other day we had 6 ducks here. What happened to the 6th duck? Hey ducks, where'd your friend go? We also have 3 males now, and the other day we had 2 males. So what's going on, ducks? Patrick would probably pay for a big one as well. He's mad for the ducks. Yeah, Patrick loves the ducks, and more power to him. I said to be con tattoo is to be a kami. Oh, to be con to tattoo is to be a kami. Okay. Okay. I don't know much about protests, because there isn't much happening in Mississippi, KK? You're in Mississippi? What's going on in Mississippi? I think you're the first Mississippi person we've had on the duck stream. Wildblue got cheated. If you're good at math, you're supposed to be musical, but I can't carry a tune if it was in a briefcase. Maybe you're just not very good at carrying briefcases. Okay, the 6th duck might have become the dog's dinner. We might be piecing together all of the storylines here. The large, well-fed dog, we think, may have eaten one of the ducks. Mostly come to internet chat rooms to work out my stand-up material. Okay, internet, let's give us some material here. We need some stand-up material. Anyone that would regard someone without a tat as a kami is kami thinking. So this is like layers on layers. Last 2 nights I've been accused of being Ed Gein and Jeanette. I would assume it's safe to say you'd rather be Jeanette than Ed Gein. GT and Bill fighting. Popcorn out. They shoot protesters, Mississippi, says Wild Bill. Uh-oh. That's not good. I do have a tiny tattoo they gave me to aim the radiation at, says Internet. It would be good to take a whole hell of a lot of ducks to defeat my dogs, Internet. Internet, how many ducks would it take, or how many ducks would it take to defeat a dog? My wife has a couple of tattoos, so I'm definitely pro-tattoo, says Internet. MC, I met Tattoo once on the set of Fantasy Island. RIP. So we got 2 ducks that are just sort of like sat down. We lost our goose army, and we've lost. So we've lost a lot today. We've lost the Christopher Columbus statue at Columbus City Hall. We've lost our goose army, and we've lost 1 duck. So what's going on, guys? Why do we keep losing everything? The plane, KK says. The plane. Hey, duck. No? You don't want it? Okay. What about the rest of you guys? No? You're just being standoffish here? Come on. Courage. There you go. Okay, that's another good question. So if you guys got a tattoo, what'd you get a tattoo of? KK, don't have a tattoo, but I'm pro. If I ever get one, it would be Jaws. Why, Colin, do you miss DC? Nosy. So we actually have another stop on the Ohio tour. We've got to go visit another round of family in a different part of Ohio. So we're not quite going back to DC yet. But we'll be back soon. Okay, MC's gonna get a tattoo of his flying saucer. Are you like a... Who was the pro-conspiracy theory person that we had? Somebody was very pro-conspiracy theory. Okay, Wild Bill, we got a red dot in the middle of my forehead. Oh wait, I think that's taken. I think that would be considered insensitive, Wild Bill. Colin says Ray. I don't know what that means. Ray was a conspiracy theory guy. Oh yeah, Ray. I miss Ray. Are you guys... Anybody have thoughts on any conspiracy theories? I think we all decided Epstein did not commit suicide. Interesting theories on the world. MC reads conspiracy theories but rarely believes them. Out of all the conspiracies out there, one of them has to be true. When I was at a meeting and said I worked with Indian guys, someone asked, dot or feather? Oh, yikes. Epstein might actually have killed himself. Unpopular opinion, says MP. KK says take cover. What's going on, KK? I think everything that's already been dropped has been dropped. And there's been a lot that's been dropped here. Why are you with this big open mouth thing going on? Wild Bill has not managed to care about the Epstein thing yet. Yeah, I haven't been that into it either, Wild Bill. Okay, word on the street is Ghislaine is singing like a canary, just what I heard. Well, I need to start clicking on those articles. Why are you doing this open mouth thing? Saw that headline and almost clicked. Yeah, it's tempting, Wild Bill. I get the Yahoo news feed, and it's like the worst feed of clickbait news you can imagine. I find myself clicking on things, but I don't read any of the articles. 60 Minutes Australia, they've done a thing on Ghislaine. Yahoo's the worst. Yeah, Yahoo's really terrible. Let's see. Many famous people implicated. Rumors that Bill Clinton and Maxwell had a thing, had a fling. Hard to even call news. It's far more tabloid. Well, it's clickbait. And they, I think there's a sort of epidemic in journalism right now of just the stories that, are not fully developed and are just popped out there full of just sort of rumor and innuendo. Prince Andrew is sweating. Heard the news about Kanye West running for president this year. Have heard those rumors. I might vote for Kanye. There are situations in which I would vote for Kanye West. I think there actually are worse candidates out there, or worse potential candidates. Yeah, I'm sure he has missed all the deadlines. Trump and Kanye. Whose vote will Kanye split? I don't know. Got a few protests, but nothing major. They did take down the flag. I don't know what the new one is yet. Oh yeah, Mississippi. Okay, KK, I'm a little shocked they still had that flag in Mississippi. South Carolina got rid of the Confederate flag circle like 1996. You would vote for Kanye, serious. Colin, think about some of the potential alternatives that Kanye could end up running against in the world of a Kanye West presidential run. Strong write-in option. Well, I live in Washington, so voting is a bit of a fruitless errand for me. So there's a good chance I won't even do it, regardless of who it is. So one of the rest of you might have to write in Kanye. He is not the last late entry. Yeah, we're going to try to do some bread shoes here. They were doing a little bit earlier. They've gotten a little more standoffish, and one of them has turned into a water duck. I don't know why we have one water duck. Interesting attitude on voting. I voted in every election since I was able to, 18. This is Wild Bill. Wild Bill, without revealing your choices, can you do the math and tell us your record on guessing on voting for the correct candidate? How often have you been right and how often have you been wrong? He would be the youngest president, says Random. If I do the math on candidates I have voted for at the presidential, and let's go the gubernatorial level, yeah, water duck is a little standoffish here. These guys are getting a little, and they might be getting full. GT doesn't vote for losers. Well, Trump or Biden will be the oldest in history. Okay, he might be starting to get some courage now. Kanye thing is strategic to give never-Trumpers a better option than Biden. MC says. Never voted for a losing presidential candidate. Think about that. GT, really? How many candidates have you voted for, GT? And Colin, why are you deleting your messages? So I have voted. Let me think about the different times I have voted and what my record is. I have voted for president. I think I voted for president once. I think I voted a second time, but I submitted my absentee ballot late, so I doubt they counted it. Okay, Wild Bill voted for Reagan, Bush 1, Bush 2, Clinton, and Trump. You voted for Clinton over Dole? Did you vote for Clinton in 92 or 96? Colin messed it up, has to delete it. No, I want to see your error message, Colin. I want you to repost it with the errors in it. Governor, I've lost every time except Arnold. So Wild Bill, you must have lived in California? Colin says, make me. Colin, what if I ask you really nicely? GT, Colin's calling me a loser. Okay, GT and Colin are fighting now? Uh-oh. We've got another dog situation here. Okay, MC voted for Ross Perot. Epstein didn't kill himself, but Carol Baskin killed her husband. Come on, have courage, Duck. Come on, have courage. Have courage. Internet. Trump was the first time I voted for president in my life. So I'm getting like a double shoe massage here. What was Bruce Wayne's public persona? I don't know. I think my record in presidential elections is 0-1. I think my record in gubernatorial elections is probably also 0-1. I don't know that I've ever voted for like a winning candidate above the House of Representatives. But I also have taken most elections off. So we're back to 4 land ducks here.
I wanted to walk by him and say hi. Oh, look at him. Yeah. I just wanted to say hi.
MC voted for Obama the first time. Only time I picked the winner. Is the point of an election to vote for who you think the best candidate would be or who you think is going to win? Because sometimes I get confused on that. Okay, Bruce Wayne was a womanizer in public and Batman in private. Adam West is Batman. GT says both. Colin is Batman. I would have pegged Colin for more of like a Maybe a Spider-Man. Probably not a Batman. Who was the best presidential candidate who lost that you think should have won? Of all the elections, let's say going back to 19... Let's go back to 1980. Best presidential losing candidate that should have won. Wild Bill says Ross Perot. Colin's a Batman guy, but I like Marvel and DC. GT says Dole. Interesting. Dole's interesting. Dole is a really funny guy. Dole is like, has humor that is way underrated. Okay, MC voted for Obama as the lesser of two evils. I know a lot of people that thought the Obama elections were basically that. Dole was too much establishment even for me. Internet, I can't believe anybody lost Jimmy Carter. Well, Gerald Ford was not the greatest candidate. Dole talked of himself in the third person. Yeah, that's true, he did. Dole in his older years, I don't know if they're full, they're just kind of relaxing now. This guy's just sort of hanging out here. Are you guys still hungry? Still a little hungry. No, you don't want to just bite my finger? Okay. Dole made some very inappropriate comments around women late in his life. America learned a lot from Carter, like never pick a nice guy for president. Did America really learn that, Wild Bill? Randy of the Redwoods for president. Oh, hey, Jeanette. Last great president before Trump, in my opinion. So I guess that assumes you believe Trump is a great president. MC. Talks about himself in the third person sometimes. Yeah. So Jeanette and others joining us. We're still in Columbus, Ohio right now. We are working our way through a road trip through a couple different sites in Ohio here. And we were started downtown today in Columbus and actually checked out a couple of the Columbus statues at the City Hall and the State House. The statue of Christopher Columbus at City Hall here in Columbus, the namesake of the city, has been taken down. And we saw where it was and where the nameplate was, which has also been removed. We went to the State House where there were a bunch of state troopers gathered around. We could not find any statues of Columbus himself, but a bunch of other statues and a lot of state troopers guarding the State House. And it looked like the beginnings of a protest tonight. Hey, Jaws. And we saw some Black Lives Matter signage across the street and heard some people chanting. So it sounds like Columbus is getting its own sort of mini version of what other cities have had, but the City Hall's Columbus statue is officially gone and it's been removed to a secure location. So that was interesting. That was about the first half hour of the stream today. And we walked up here and now we're hanging out with some ducks. We had some geese. Over the course of our time here, we have lost not only the statue of Christopher Columbus, but we have lost a duck. We had 6 ducks here the other day. We did see a very well-fed and unleashed dog So we are wandering. Sounds suspicious. We also had a whole flock of geese, a goose army, that was patrolling and then eventually took off. And they flew right over our heads and they went away. And as soon as they were here, they were gone. Hey, Jaws. Yeah, those pictures of the duck last night. Yeah, I was trying for you to get some better duck pictures with monuments. So I'm hoping maybe one of those works. If not, we can keep working at it when we're back in DC. Oh, it looks like might going to be a water duck here. Okay, well, let me know if you what you can come up with, Jaws. Let me know how I can help. But anybody who's new here, appreciate the likes on the video. Hit the like button and subscriptions. We're out almost every day, usually in Washington, D.C., doing a combination of duck coverage and also protest coverage and other interesting ongoings in Washington. We'll be doing a lot of election stuff in the fall. We'll try to be out just about every day if we can. And otherwise, I've got a whole bunch of things I want to get up on the channel soon. So we've got a lot of protest content from the last few weeks. It was very intense in Washington. We've also been relaxing with a lot of duck friends, which we found some out-of-town duck friends here. And as Jaws is pointing out in the description, there's a Discord link if anybody wants to chat offline. So we welcome anybody, including our new folks, to join that. There's also a link to the Duck Fund in the description, which is a PayPal account if anybody wants to help support the duck activities. That really helps us out, and I'll be sending notes to the few people that have donated so far. Again, really appreciate that, and it's been a big help to us. Internet says, I think she's just recovering from her firework trauma. Too bad. They're going to be starting up in about an hour again. Who is that, Internet? Who's recovering? Anyone getting married tonight? Is that a question? That dog was like a Biden and a Claire's. So Kevin is always curious what kind of bread we have. We actually have buttermilk bread for the ducks today, which is new. So did you guys enjoy the firework clips last night? We had old clips of DC fireworks running for about 11 hours over the course of last night. And it was interesting seeing how many people we were continuing to get even at 4 and 5 in the morning on the firework footage. I think a lot of people thought it was from this year, which it was not. But wanted to get something up there since we're out of town this year. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Oh, the dog had firework trauma? Oh, probably just the noise. Your dog did nothing happened to your dog, right, Internet? This duck's biting my shoes here. Nicholas has a dog. Okay, do you guys have other pets besides dogs? I have a feeling like Jaws has some interesting pets. Too busy watching feeds of the fireworks from LA. They also had someone steal an ambulance. There was a televised chase. That sounds not good. Stealing an ambulance doesn't sound like, I don't know, it sounds like it's over the top. Okay, Wild Bill has a dog. We opened the hall closet for the cat during fireworks. You can hide in there. That's nice of you. I'm sure she appreciates that. Random liked my stream last night because there were no people chanting and clashing with police last year. There were also a lot of people out. It's one of the weirdest videos I have is I record about an hour and a half of footage a couple years ago, just sort of being out normally on like a DC summer evening on the National Mall. And it's really strange going back and watching that now, just in terms of how many people are out there, how much they're commingling, how loud they are. It's really surreal now that we've gotten used to what the current situation is. Okay, MC's other cat is deaf, doesn't care about fireworks. Well, I guess that would be a benefit of being deaf. KK has a dog, 12-year-old rat terrier. Wild Bill's dog is a mutt, sort of lab-sized. Uh-oh. So, Mrs. Land is going to be here in like 10 or 15 minutes. She's been on a call, but is around if you guys want to say hi. This was a vacation or work, our trip. No, this is vacation. Well, I mean, I guess I would say it's both, Wild Bill. We are visiting some family, which is sort of like a vacation, but it also is a little bit of work. It had been 4 months since I had been out of DC, and been a while since I had obviously seen family. Actually been about 4 months since I'd been in a car, so that was interesting. Living in downtown DC, you really don't have need to go anywhere. We drove. Wild Bill, we drove. In fact, we recorded some road trip content, which I'll be putting up there just as a regular video, probably tonight. That sort of documents our travels through Maryland, through DC, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, West Virginia again, and Ohio. So it was about a 7-hour drive. We took some stops. Traffic wasn't too bad, but it was a long day of driving, and we'll be doing it again here soon. We haven't quite picked a day for when we're going to go back, but we're visiting some other family. We're going to get to see another city in Ohio here shortly. So, I don't know. You guys have interest in seeing Ohio cities, or you just want to see ducks? We can probably go see different things while we're here. We're trying to figure out whatever we can find. Hey, Meat. Yeah, we think they're mallard ducks. We have a couple males and a couple females. We think we lost a duck since the other day, which may or may not have been eaten by a very robust dog around here. MC had peanut soup in West Virginia. Amazing stuff. West Virginia has some good cooking. Bill has driven from here to Michigan a few times. Nice drive, but seems like it takes forever to cross Pennsylvania. Yeah, crossing Pennsylvania on that turnpike does take forever. Plus, it's all tolls, which is not ideal. The Ohio Turnpike is pretty long and miserable. Pennsylvania Turnpike's a little bit longer and maybe a little bit more interesting. Upstate New York is a really boring place to drive. Driving up through Buffalo and Syracuse and Rochester and Albany, driving that stretch of upstate New York is just awful. We think they love us. They're a little, I think they might be getting a little full. Yeah, Meat, thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the duck content. We're normally out almost every day doing ducks or protests or some combination of the two, usually in Washington where there are a lot of ducks. So we're out of town here trying to find some ducks, and we did find some. So this has been interesting. We also have a Discord link in the description if you want to join and hang out with the duck crew offline. New Mexico on the 10 is the most boring drive I know of. New Mexico has some really almost a little too interesting drives when you get off of the main highways, though. Northern New Mexico is quite interesting, a little harrowing. But yeah, a lot of the Southwest if you're on the highways is pretty boring. A lot of hot sun too. 40 is quite different. Do you have a New Mexico experience, MC? What's your New Mexico experience? Any guess on what's going to happen with the torn down statue? Asks Random. I don't know. They said they were going to move it to a secure, undisclosed location, and that's about all we know. They didn't want to reveal the location, I guess, to protect the statue from anybody who would even try to further chase it down at that point. But we don't know what's going to happen to it. There's also a community college here that had its Christopher Columbus statue taken down. And we don't know quite what's going to happen to that one either, but we know it's gone. So gradually Christopher Columbus is disappearing. They may rename the city here, Columbus, Ohio. The one proposal that we know of is the idea of renaming it Flavortown after TV chef Guy Fieri, because apparently a TV chef has contributed more to history than Christopher Columbus. Columbus is... So, little Ohio history lesson. Ohio has two really sort of historic, kind of beautiful old cities. Hey.
Hello.
Mrs. Land just got here.
Trying not to scare the ducks.
Trying not to scare the ducks. They're not scared particularly easily. Oh. Well, that scared them. We had another dog. Another loose dog. We had a loose dog earlier that scared him. Oh, we have another loose dog. Uh-oh. Oh, hi. Hi there.
Hi. I see you got a lot of breadcrumbs down here.
Yeah, we've been having... okay, Wild Bill says, hey, Mrs. Land.
Hi, Bill.
Another symptom of COVID is not mild insanity. Meat says, aw. James says, since you are. I don't know what that's in reference to. I think James may have hit the enter button before finishing his thought. Since you are married to Mrs. Land, does that make you a land owner?
No. No.
No, James.
No.
That's not how marriage works anymore.
These look like different ducks than we saw the other day.
Well, there are only 5 of them.
We also gained a male and lost a bunch of females.
Yeah, we did gain a male and lost a female. We were speculating there was a dog that came by earlier that had looked very robust and did not have a leash. And if that may have been what happened to duck number 6.
Well, what do you? I don't think that was duck number 6 because we had 2 males. The other
Yeah,
day,
we
so
lost.
gained
Well,
a
maybe
male.
somebody transitioned. Wild Bill says I'm trained well. We also had a geese army before, and they took off. They were monitoring us. Hey, Salvatore. High intensity protest action I tune in for. Yeah, these ducks are definitely protesting on behalf of free bread. We did check out the now missing Christopher Columbus statue at the Columbus City Hall here early on in the stream. I saw a bunch of state troopers at the State House,
We got more ducks.
as well as a burgeoning protest, looked like. But right now we just have 5 ducks that are protesting for free bread.
I got a bunch of bread. Do these guys eat hand bread?
They eat hand bread. I think they're getting a little full, maybe.
Ah.
You might have to bait them a little bit more.
No, I'm gonna try this.
I'm gonna try this.
I'm gonna try this.
Okay, we're trying to tempt these ducks out. We got confident duck stepping up from the back.
Yeah.
There we go. Ducks don't turn vicious till after dark. That's true. You have to be a land duck if you want to march in the protests. That's right. Salvador, those are mallards. We think they're mallards. We have, we think, 3 males and 2 females. So not as good odds as the other day.
He's a lady.
The other day we had 2 males and 4 females.
I thought we had like quite a few females. Didn't
Did we have more?
I thought we had more. It was like
Maybe we
6
had,
females.
maybe we had more. Okay, well maybe that best fed ducks in Ohio right here, says Colin. Yeah,
That's true.
I think that is true.
So we did see some well-fed ducks yesterday.
Yesterday we had the pecans. If anybody wants to see some different ducks, we had different ducks yesterday. Patrick was very enthusiastic.
Get them to eat shoe bread.
Yeah, they did it. They did go for a little bit of shoe bread.
Let's see if sandal bread will work.
Sandal bread? Colin sends Mrs. Land a carrot.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yes.
Oh, we got some sandal bread eaters. Okay, so questions we have deliberated on. Are we pro or con on tattoos in general?
I'm pretty pro tattoo. Maybe not for myself, but I enjoy them as art pieces.
Okay, enjoys in art pieces. Okay. Okay, Jeanette is pro tattoos. Generally people seem pro tattoo here.
It's not hurting anyone.
Um,
Well,
I think Colin's the only person that actually has tattoos, though.
sandal bread? See? No.
Oh, got scared for a
Rejected.
second. Jeanette, what's your tattoo?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
these males are really getting on the females.
Yeah, it's spoken. Yeah, and color black and white, says Colin.
Is that a question or is that the...
I think Colin's asking
Oh, Jeanette.
Jeanette. The other thing is, without revealing who you have voted for, what is your record in terms of wins and losses of candidates you voted for in presidential and gubernatorial elections? Don't say who, just say wins and losses.
I don't know
Like
if I comment on that, that might reveal my age.
No, I mean, I'm, what did I say? I think I'm 0-1 in both, actually.
I think I'm 0-1 in both as well.
Okay. GT is 3 for 3. GT is a perfect record. Okay, yeah, Colin's using too many vowels because he's from the UK.
That one. She's so confused by the bread on her foot. Look at the bread on her foot.
There's a duck with bread on her feet. Oh,
okay.
She dropped it. Jeanette got drunk and put her own nickname on her arm rather than some guy I would break up with. Jake in blue. So Jeanette put her own name on herself. That's good. It's here labeled, so if anything happens, people will know who it is.
Better than putting a boy's name on your body. Sorry, Leanne. Never getting a tattoo of your name on my body.
I thought you already had a tattoo with my name.
Stop. I think they're getting full. No one wants the bread.
Where are they going? Oh, we got. Oh, that's like an Olympic dive. So one of our land ducks has become a water duck out here. They don't even try to miss their poop piles. Yeah, that's true. They do walk right on them. The other tattoo question we were asking is, without looking up, what percentage of Americans would you guess have tattoos?
Are we taking age into account?
Say like all adult Americans.
Okay. Do we have an answer to that?
I know approximately what the answer is.
Okay. So excluding everyone under 18.
Yeah. Okay, random saying 60%. We had some guesses under 20% before.
No,
Jeanette's guessing 22%.
I would say maybe about 40 is my guess.
40%. Any other guesses before we... I know we already said it, but anybody who's new, any guesses before we...
Sandal bread?
She's cat...
Oh, she tried!
Oh, we had a duck try for sandal bread here. Come on, she might come back around.
She got a little scared. I think I just need to put my foot on the ground.
Yeah, stable foot helps. Shizcat might have already been here, said 30%. We think it's, statistically, it's between 30 and 35%.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
So, 60's a little high. Random.
Can you get some sandal bread?
Let's see. Okay, she's thinking about it. She's thinking about it. She's thinking about it. Thinking about it.
I'm trying to get it to go right there.
Shizcap, what is that emoji? It's a dab. Okay, here she goes. Not sure. It looked exciting. Okay, here she comes. Here she comes. There she
Yeah,
goes. There we go. Not the good kind of dab, though.
Oh no, she popped out of her mouth.
Pure guess. It's a good guess. Shiz cap. Okay, the other thing we were talking about was instruments people play.
Have you revealed anything about yourself?
I think somebody, who was it? Was it MC? I think was the one who has plays like a whole band. Okay, Wild Bill plays the briefcase.
Nice.
Random plays the lull. Okay, GT's a saxophonist. There we go.
Nice.
Colin plays the spoons. I think we knew that. Colin is also pro bagpipe.
Oh, shit. Knocked it off my shoe. Have you revealed anything?
The spooning counts as Wild Bill.
What do you think Land plays if he plays an instrument?
Okay, Mrs. Land is encouraging everybody to guess what Land plays. Jeanette learned piano but did not have an ear for music. Land plays something. What is it? Random's guessing the flute.
Not bad guess.
Bob is guessing the banjo. GT is guessing the triangle. Jeanette is guessing the tuba. Colin says guitar.
I love it if you play tuba.
Would you?
No.
Okay, so far everybody's wrong.
Not necessarily. Actually, probably. Shoebread?
Shoebread?
Maybe?
Maybe. Well, I don't really know it was there. Wild Bill says clarinet. At least that's like a sort of normal guess.
What does that mean?
James says I play my wife Patience. GT says wind or string. James, you're right. James got it. Trumpet.
You do have a second one.
No, I don't.
No? You're not going to count that?
No, we're not going to go there.
Okay.
Banjo is normal around here. GT says nice.
Got under the shoebread.
Am I good? Like good at trumpet?
Aren't there videos of you playing?
Yeah, if you guys go like way back in my videos, you'll find a lot of videos of me playing trumpet. But you have to go back about 700 videos on my channel. Okay, Jeanette's gonna go have dinner. I wouldn't say I'm great, but I have done it a lot. So if you guys had to pick banjo or bagpipes? Okay, Wild Bill says banjo. Shizcap says bagpipes. Colin says cool fun fact about land. Okay, Bob loves bagpipes, so we got 2 bagpipes, 1 banjo so far.
Gotta keep it ladies.
Yeah, ladies are being patient back here. GT says 2 stuff, but you're not allowed to abstain, GT. If you're going to be on the duck stream, you got to vote on things.
Got a little bit of hand dredging in that one.
Okay, this guy looks pretty confident. He's kind of sniffing it out. Colin says, I wonder what I will choose out of banjo bagpipes. Colin's going to choose bagpipes. Colin loves bagpipes. Sound from bagpipes drives me insane, says Random.
You stole it from her. Rude.
Wild Bill is asking, yeah, the males don't seem to have any qualms about stealing from the females, and the parents don't seem to have any qualms about stealing from the children ducks. Ducks are not... They don't have that sort of politeness. Okay, Bill is asking, was I in the band, like for a school sports team?
Good question.
That's a good question, Wild Bill. Bob says, democracy here in action. Yes, this is democracy. This is what democracy looks like. They said, show me what democracy looks like. Now all we need to go is shut down a highway and then take our vote. Banjo metal or plain bagpipes, says James. Banjo metal with bagpipes, says Bob. Bob says no highways. I think there was a story yesterday of somebody getting killed going onto a highway.
Seattle, right?
Yeah, I think it was Seattle. Compulsory voting. This is what autocracy looks like. Fair enough, GT. Okay, we can be an autocracy.
I like low stuff. Low stuff is my favorite.
Yeah, Wild Bill, you might be onto something. Mrs. Land is trying to give the girl ducks special food here.
Not working that much.
Land for Ductator 2020, says Bob. I think if ducks had to elect a person as their dictator, we might have a good shot. Wild Bill explains the walking skills. As in being in a marching band taught me how to walk. I guess. Maybe to some extent. I think marching band teaches you a lot more as a trumpet player about how to build really strong, like, upper lip muscles.
Don't get them started on that. Bounced off the head.
Uh-oh.
That's why you're not getting any food.
Bob. Those lip muscles come in handy later in life. These ducks are so greedy, just outright foul. You're not quite there, Bill. Bill's also not quite right, guys.
About what?
Bill's trying to guess things about me from old band footage.
Guys. Guys. Guys.
Oh, all of our ducks just became water ducks. It's a nice fountain. Yeah, Mrs. Land installed this fountain by herself.
No, I did not.
These are the grounds of our personal estate here in Columbus, Ohio. Bill, you're in the ballpark, but you're stretching a little bit. Yeah, you're just not quite totally right, Bill. Bob says, did I miss the description of your location? So we're in Columbus, Ohio. We're still road tripping. This is the first it's probably going to end up being 2 locations we end up seeing in Ohio. But we started today's stream down in downtown Columbus at the City Hall of the city. Well, actually, we started kind of by the river that the city runs along, and then we went to the City Hall to see the statue of Christopher Columbus, which is no more. The statue is gone, as is the nameplate. But we saw where it was, and it was kind of interesting. Namesake of the city is no longer in front of City Hall. Then we went to the State House for the state of Ohio, Columbus being the state capital of the state, and searched for Columbus statues there and found state troopers. But we didn't really find any Columbus statues. We did find some pre-protest activity. And then we walked northward here, and now we're just hanging out with ducks. Yeah, the first half hour or so is all sort of downtown Columbus and Columbus statues. So we might do a little bit more of that if we need to fill material the next few days. Colin asked, did the Duck Fund get us that fountain? Yeah, we actually bought this entire 120-acre sprawling estate with the Duck Fund, so we really appreciate that, guys. This is totally not a public park. This is our private estate. But it gives me a good chance to plug the Duck Fund, which is a PayPal link in the description if anybody wants to help support the duck activities. Much appreciated. I think a few people put in a couple bucks there, and that really helps us out. There's also a Discord link in the description. And we also appreciate all just the likes and the subscribes if people want to come back out and join us every day. We're out here doing duck and protest content, other things like that. And the Discord link is great if you want to hang out with us offline. Reasonably active. Jaws and Liquid put a lot of effort into setting that up. And we're usually in DC. We're in Ohio here for a little bit, doing interesting, different kinds of content. And we'll start gradually infusing some other things. We might have some kind of new video types coming up soon. Yeah, another statue says different. But yeah, the first half hour of today's stream is that. Difference is rip another statue. Wild Bill says, did you get a good corn feed steak while there? And some ribs. Corn-fed steak and ribs. Columbus looks nice, says Wild Bill. This area is nice. Some of the city is a little bland, but it's very green. It's summery right now. And we got some happy ducks, so that's anywhere with happy ducks is good. Ohio, says Bob. It's the duck autonomous zone, says MC. Well, the water is the duck autonomous zone. They're spending a little bit of time on land here as land ducks, which is, of course, where we speculate them as land speculators.
I'm so upset you didn't put land duck speculation as your...
Land duck speculation, yeah. Wild Bill is, I think, sort of generalizing about all Midwestern and Southern food together, asking about corn-fed steak and ribs.
Steak and ribs are not a huge Columbus thing.
Columbus doesn't really have a thing.
No.
Columbus is the world capital of chain restaurants.
Hey. Columbus actually is.
No, it is.
Well, but it's also as I've heard before, a microcosm
Test
of the
market
US.
USA. Columbus is a very good microcosm of the country. Anything like Cleveland. So Cleveland and Cincinnati are Ohio's sort of two really old... Oh, we got two more dogs running sort of wild here.
Hi,
Hey.
I'm not going to give you any food. I don't want to make you sick.
Oh, this dog is eating some duck poop. So we got dogs. Yeah, Cleveland and Cincinnati are the sort of two older Ohio cities that have a lot of history to them. Columbus is a much newer city, does not have the same kind of history, so it's also much flatter and does not have the same kind of sort of interesting natural water body. So it's more sort of a new growth city. It's the state capital. It has the largest university in the city, or largest university in the state. So it's kind of a microcosm of America. It doesn't have a whole lot of historic personality to it, but it's sort of test market USA. It has pretty good demographic representation of the country as a whole. So a lot of companies do demographic market research here, and there are some big companies and some corporate headquarters here. Wendy's is headquartered here, for instance.
Got the Les Wexner Empire.
Yeah, Epstein's personal... I don't know, this is account. No, kind of bankrolled Epstein. Les Wexner owns the limited brands like Abercrombie, Victoria's Secret. Those are all headquartered here.
Fun fact: the emergency department at Ohio State is called the Abercrombie and Fitch Emergency.
So we got corporate sponsors for things at Ohio State. So anyway, that's kind of the... Columbus is not known for being particularly beautiful or historic, but it's a growing city. And its main sort of food claim to fame is that it has a lot of chain restaurants. So we might do some chain restaurant taste test comparisons over the next few days. We're thinking about doing a blind taste test of some fries and some other things. So that might be in forthcoming videos. Collins says, Mrs. Land getting defensive about the dog. MC says duck snacks. What happens to the statue's remains? Are they in the BLM headquarters now? We don't know. They've been moved to an undisclosed location. We think the statue was taken down by the city itself, so presumably is being stored in some kind of warehouse or something in a basement somewhere. BLM headquarters would mean Langley, Virginia, or perhaps Arkansas or Harlem, GT says. Hard to beat Mickey D's fries. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to do a taste test different fries and see if McDonald's actually is the best. Oh, another dog not on a leash today. We've had a bunch of them today. They've now scared all the ducks away again. I don't know. Is there a no leash law? There must be.
What?
There must be a no leash law.
Like a law?
Everybody's dog's just running wild today.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty pulling good ale.
I assume they have a cool hideout somewhere like all villains do. Just different. MC saw a Confederate statue today, hiding in a place I will not disclose.
I think that's good.
Interesting, MC. Okay, GT says, real life, duck hunt in Ohio, because they haven't got the NES yet. Colin, any White Castle in Columbus? Don't get that here in the UK.
Oh,
Yep, there's definitely White Castle.
Yep. There's quite a few White Castles.
We could probably do a burger taste test too.
We could. Well, we're gonna do fries and chicken nuggets. Right?
We're gonna do probably fries and chicken nuggets.
I kind of want to do donuts. You know, I think donuts would be fun.
Donuts, maybe. Have to get drunk to really appreciate White Castle, says Bill.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
The nice thing about being in a place that's like a global capital of chain restaurants is they're very easy to access, and there are lots in close proximity anywhere you go. White Castle, is it good? I'm actually like okay with White Castle. Wild Bill says their fries suck. I think their burgers are kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like I think they're okay.
You gotta know what you're going in.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta
you
sort of
gotta
know what to expect.
Adjust your expectations.
Wild Bill likes the burgers. It's such a fun novelty having small burgers like that. Even sober, Wild Bill likes the burgers.
Where's Bill again?
Bill's in New York, we think.
Okay.
In the suburbs of New York City.
Okay.
Little Tavern used to be in Clarendon, Virginia, similar to White Castle. I wonder if it's still there.
Bill, what are your opinions on Shake Shack?
Yeah, Bill, thoughts on Shake Shack?
We just got a couple here.
Yeah, the rest of the country is just now getting some Shake Shacks. Double cheeseburger is pretty good. Okay, Wild Bill thinks Shake Shack is overpriced. In-N-Out is the best, but that's not a West Coast. I think that is a West Coast thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, we're not going to be able to do In-N-Out, but we will maybe try some of the others. We've got McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Five Guys, Shake Shack, Arby's is fun. I'm not sure how many of those have made it to the UK. Bob has never even seen a Shake Shack.
Where are you, Bob?
Yeah, Bob, where are you? Never seen a Shake Shack. MC says In-N-Out is indeed the best. Arby's is good for a change, says Wild Bill. Arby's gets a bad rap, but I think it's pretty good.
I'm not a big Arby's fan.
Southwest Virginia, Bob says.
Okay.
Southwest Virginia as in like, are you near Virginia Tech, Bob? Where in Southwest Virginia? That'd be like Roanoke. Okay, Colin has Five Guys. Shake Shack is good.
Smashburger.
Five Guys is good. Smashburger is
I don't know
good.
if they have a smash burger.
Five Guys and Smashburger seem pretty interchangeable. Those are all sort of that same price point.
We do have smash burgers.
Yeah, where's that? Is it close?
Oh, no, I'm pretty far out.
Okay.
I've never been.
I think there's one at the airport in DC.
Okay.
There's also Five Guys in the same location. That's maybe why I
Yeah.
think they're interchangeable. They're in the same location, different terminals. Bob's in a rural area, not near anything really. Okay. Wild Bill's a smash burger, did not really like it. Okay.
They trained themselves very weirdly, like just rubbing their necks on the back of their bodies.
Yeah, these duck, we got them all dirty. These ducks got all dirty from us, apparently. Burger was loose. At Smash Burger, says Wild Bill.
Good duck taste test.
We could do it. That would seem very cruel. A duck taste test. It's been an hour for me to get to civilization, says Bob. What is the nearest civilization then, Bob? I think we may have 2 Taco Bell in the whole UK, one in Manchester,
Wow.
one in Glasgow. Colin says. Are you a fan of Taco Bell, Colin? That seems like that's a very good late night drunk spot.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you're a fan. Texans love Whataburger. That's another one that seems
Yeah,
kind of interchangeable with Shake Shack or
Texans
with
do love
Five
Whataburger.
Guys. Screwed. Hey, Screwed. You seem new. But thanks for joining us. So like and subscribe if you're enjoying it here. With Burger King, Five Guys, Wendy's. Yeah, we might be able to do all those as part of a taste test. Bill liked Whataburger. Okay.
I think we have a dog that wants to come say hey to the stuff.
Oh, we got another dog? This is like dog day.
Oh yeah, but this one's on a leash.
Okay, Lynchburg, Roanoke, Blacksburg, Greensboro. All about an hour. Okay, it's an interesting part of Virginia. I've been down to Virginia Tech and Christiansburg and Blacksburg and Roanoke. Definitely feels a long way from DC. Blacksburg was nice, though. I was kind of surprised by how nice Blacksburg was.
Yeah.
All right. Did you check the...
I checked the times.
Okay.
Yep.
What are we...
10.
Okay.
That's 10.
Watching the ducks are a nice change, says Screwed. Well, I'm glad. That's actually kind of why we started doing the ducks. We got another dog chasing them back in the water. That's kind of why we started doing them, Screwed. We were doing a lot of very intense protest coverage in DC. That's where we're based. And it was very intense for a number of days. In fact, you can go back and watch some of our footage from the days when the protests were at their peak. And one day, I was just a little tired of it, so I went out and looked at some ducks, did a stream on ducks, and people seem to really enjoy that and find it relaxing, so we've been mixing that in with protests ever since. So if you like it, please, as I said, like and subscribe, and we'll be out here continuing to do it. We're in Ohio right now, but when we're back in DC, we'll keep doing it. We'll try to have something out here every day, just about. So we really appreciate the little army we've built. And please feel free to join the Discord, which is linked in the description. And also we have a duck fund there, which is a PayPal link if anybody wants to help out. MC says, Anaheim is a place called Slater's 50/50, half burger, half bacon. That sounds good if you're a bacon aficionado.
If you are not.
I'm not totally anti-bacon, I'm just a little OD'd on it. William says, Blacksburg's about 3.5 hours from DC. It felt like it was a little bit longer than that, but it's a long drive downstate. Colin will pretty much eat anything when I'm wrecked land.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah, it's about right, but I don't know, White Castle, Taco Bell, those are good, very good drunk places. Yes, it does. I love it here after spending most of my life in major metropolitan areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you live there, it's probably pretty nice. I took the overnight megabus to and from Blacksburg once, and that was not real pleasant. Wild Bill spent about 18 months in Virginia Beach when he was in the Navy. Liked it a lot. Yeah, glad to have you, Screwed. And I think, William, you might be new too, so thanks for popping in. Ducks and protests like yin and yang, says MC. Yeah, it's a weird duality we've cultivated here, and we're glad people are sort of sticking with us for both of them. It's very yin and yang. William works in DC but lives about an hour away. Cool. William, are you willing to reveal where you live in the DC area? Or general area? Virginia, Maryland? Okay, yeah, William, I kind of recognize the name. I've been here a few times. Thanks for popping back in.
Hell no.
Okay, the answer is no.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Northern Virginia, okay. Okay, cool. Ducks are, I guess, two of them are rock ducks now. One's a water, actually I think that one water duck is a deceptive water duck because I think he's actually on a rock.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of rock ducks
It
over
looks
here.
like he's cleaning himself. He's like having a little bath over there.
Yeah. They're all bathing. Why are they all bathing? Literally all 5 of them are bathing. Did we really make them that dirty?
You see all the poop out here?
There's a lot of poop, but
Why
we
is there
didn't do
so
that.
much poop?
Take about an hour to drive anywhere in Northern Virginia. Yeah,
That's
it's true.
true.
It took us about, I don't know, like 30% of our trip was getting out of the DC area.
Not true.
Close to that. Well, this is bath time.
Yeah. Usually when I bathe, I don't like to do it in front of people.
Well, I don't know if they have a choice.
It's true.
William talks too much crap online to give a city name. Fair enough. After snack, wash up time.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, thank you.
Spreading oils, fixing for others, etc. Dirty ducks. Yes, they are very dirty ducks.
It's actually kind of soothing to watch them clean themselves too.
Yeah, they're... I wonder if the leader starts it and they all follow. It's that time. Oh, maybe it's like a cult, and the leader's telling them like it's bath time now.
Maybe.
Can't wait for the world to go bye-bye. It's this Rono of Ron's. Are you cheering for an apocalypse, Rono? I don't know what that comment means. Hope they don't have duck Kool-Aid. Yes, Bob is making a reference to Jonestown.
Oh,
A Ron of Rons. Yeah, this guy's just kind of settling down for a relaxing... Oh, now he's back up.
You come back for more food?
I think they're... Oh, no, they're all okay. Oh, he moved so his friend could sit down. Now they're both going to sit down. Just have a good time.
He looks sleepy.
We could do a whole Jonestown stream at some point. First thing I think of when someone says cold is Jonestown. Yeah, Jonestown's a pretty good one. I mean, not good. Pretty terrible, actually. But a good example of a bad cult. What is Kool-Aid anyway? Like, just in general, Kool-Aid is a sugary drink made with a mixing powder. Except at Jonestown, Kool-Aid is mixed with, like, cyanide. And you have 900 people drink it because your leader is going insane. And then they all die.
Yeah, don't do that.
I know great jokes about Jonestown, but the punchline is too long. Wow, Bill. From the Applewhite guy. Yeah, what's his name? Applewhite. Yeah, that was an interesting cult too. We should do it. We could do a whole cult stream. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Yep. Jim Jones was a great boxer. He KO'd all those people with one punch. Well, Jim Jones didn't come out of it too well himself. He ended up killing himself with a shotgun. Probably less painful than the Kool-Aid, but... Don't forget the Moonies. Yep, Moonies, definitely. Scrooge had a couple ducks 2 years ago, both males. They always tried to hold each other under the water.
Oh no!
That sounds like they weren't very friendly with each other.
Yeah.
Ah, the Washington Times, guys. Like the newspaper? It's harder and harder to find the Washington Times now in DC. Although I heard they're finally making money. After 33 years, they finally went profitable.
Hey, buddy.
The new Reverend Moon owned the Times, but don't know if it is still. I don't think that's true anymore. I think they're still losing money. Yeah, I just recall that story a couple years ago, Bill. I don't know what their current situation is. Um,
restrooms?
oh, I don't know.
Uh,
The pavilion building is sort of that direction. I don't know if they have open restrooms or not, though.
Yeah.
Audiophiles have argued for years whether or not a duck's quack has an echo or not. Oh, we're gonna have. Oh,
Did one crack mine?
Don't eat the food.
No. Come on.
all right. Not see much of pro-Trump fighting protesters. Yeah, the dogs scared off some ducks here. Fascist dog is bad, if not worse than geese. We've got a lot of fascist dogs today. We also had geese today,
Yeah.
although they left.
Where did they go?
They were sitting right in front of us, and then they kind of went over there, and then all of a sudden they got up and they flew way over our heads, and then they went that way.
Interesting.
So I don't know where they went. They found some other water body.
Yeah.
GT says AGAB. Yeah, something like that, GT. Yeah, with ACAB. All cops are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, where are we parked?
That way.
There. Okay. Well, we'll walk out. Guys, we're going to slowly start to head out here. But we'll walk with you as we head out.
Do you want me to put this in there?
Yeah, sure. So we've got a little bit of an evening still ahead of us. Ducks enjoying their evening here. Bob says, bye, Ohio ducks. Bob Bill says, have fun. Yeah, there goes some Ohio ducks. Trump says, bro, if Republicans come out, then you really need the military to protect the liberals. Don't underestimate kindness or weakness. That says pretty evening here. Yeah, it is a pretty evening. Ducks are, they're not really following us. They're a little bit. They're very, very placid ducks.
We didn't see more fish today.
Yeah, there's supposed to be fish in here. We saw some the other day. Let's see if we have fish down here. I'm not seeing a lot swimming around right now. I guess we were sort of closer to some people who were fishing the other day. So I'm not seeing a whole lot down there. But good rocks for the ducks. Probably worst places to live.
Yeah.
I had some yummy bugs in these bushes the other day. Yeah, sign says do not feed geese, not do not feed ducks.
It's true.
Whatever. A blanket or something. And eat lunch here. How would that be?
Right. We can go this way. Hey.
Okay. Just a little bit of sunset this way. Pretty. Yeah.
Someone was selling some lemonade.
Oh, somebody was selling lemonade or something. What was the plaque on the dismal pit tree? Plaque on the tree? Yeah, there was no plaque. Or on the pine tree. What is DeWine? DeWine is the governor of Ohio. Since we were at the State House, we were wondering if Mike DeWine might tune in. Is Mike DeWine still real popular? Or is he? People soured on him.
Circles you run in.
So he's
very popular in mine.
Mike DeWine was very aggressive about instituting COVID policies early on, and was very widely nationally lauded for it. I think since then as people have become a little bit more wary of some of the COVID policies, he's a little bit more of a controversial, contentious figure now. But he's a Republican governor who was
With quite a few Democratic supporters.
who had a lot of Democratic support during the height of the COVID period. That small plaque is on the ground on a stone. Yeah, Wild Bill, I'm not sure I saw it. So maybe if we come back, we'll have to check it out. Okay, I think the dog was trying to hunt ducks. Oh, we were being streamed on another channel. Maybe that was what's happening. Internet. If you know the channel, if anybody wants to help us out by directing over there, here, we'd love that. I don't know who would have picked us up tonight. Yeah, well, but we'll be back, so don't fret. If we miss something, we'll find it. But thanks for asking. Yeah, thanks, Colin. We're slowly heading out. Jacob Snake Up mirroring our feet again. Well, if any of you guys know Jacob Snake Up, and you want to go make a plug for us over there, we'd much appreciate that. Might be good to get to Charlie Brown. That says good night. Trump says, I'm in Florida. We've been open, working for 2 months now. I don't understand the New York City people. No work for 6 months. How are they serving the bills for the rent? He covers the riots, protests a lot. Okay, well, maybe we'll have to reach out to him. But if anybody wants to help us out and direct people over here, that'd be great. A lot of time, Jacob has members only on his chat being able to speak. Okay, multiple streams at once. Well, as long as he doesn't, steal from us, I guess we're okay. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here, but just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and we'll be back with some other content the next few nights. And just want to remind everybody to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content and you want to see more ducks, protests, historical stuff, food taste tests, or anything in between. We got the Discord link in the description if anybody wants to chat offline, and we got the Duck Fund linked in the description as well. So much appreciate everybody hanging out with us. And okay, it sounds like there are other people on Twitch that have us. So anybody wants to go yell at those people, please help us out. We would love that. So thanks so much, and we're gonna sign off here.